walk you through the research article assignment because here we are. We've proposed to do research in our research proposal. We have done some research and reported on that in our annotated bibliography where we found 5 sources or more, provided an overview on that. And now we are ready to write our research article. This is sort of the culminating project of our course. And so it's a really important thing that I want to make sure that we're all in understanding of. So here it is. Here's the assignment write-up. Basically it says you have engaged in a process of exploration and discovery of your research topic. You began with a proposal in which you posed a question that was meaningful to you. Your annotated bibliography discussed various ideas from an array of sources and opinions. You are now ready for the culminating event, to write an article where you will report on your research, draw conclusions, and offer a persuasive argument. What is a research article? A research article reports the results of original research and assesses its contribution to the body of knowledge in a given area. Basically, you have made yourself an expert in the area that you decided to study. And now it's your turn to present your research in a way that's persuasive to others. So, what did you learn and what meaning did you grab from it? And what do you have to say based on this now? So it says, your goal in writing a research article is to express an informed argument or thesis. Try to persuade the reader to care about your findings and to accept your conclusions on your original question. Now, how and why to write a research article? You're going to craft this persuasive article for a general audience, an audience who might be interested in this particular topic but lack your expertise. In other words, pitch the article to someone like me or like your classmates. Your role as a researcher is to deepen others' understanding of an issue, problem, or question while also offering your own original perspective. Present yourself as an expert who can educate your audience on this topic. You recall Ethos, right, from last week's lecture? This is what this is. You're an expert. After all, you have been researching and writing about this topic for many weeks now. You are a legitimate local expert. So, in terms of what you need, you should have a title, of course, a body where you present your research and conclusions, a works cited page in MLA style. In terms of content, your article should include an original claim supported by reasoning and evidence. That's your thesis, right? Take a look at this week's other lecture. This is your thesis or your main point, and discussions of how your claim responds to the research you have done. Exceptional articles might also include some reflection on your research process, describing how you think on the topic or how your thinking on the topic or question evolved in the course of the project. And since everybody asks, the research article should be at least 5 to 7 pages in length. Now, I've also provided you with a rubric. This is a department-wide rubric. Everyone who takes this class uses this rubric. And these are how I'm going to grade you, right? So this is exceeds, meets, approaches, does not meet. Do you focus on a central idea, question, or issue or problem? Do you develop a text using reasoning and evidence? Do you organize your material to clarify and develop your perspective? Do you respond to others' perspectives? Is there evidence that you've revised? Do you follow academic voice? Do you use, professional tone? Those are those kinds of questions. Remember when we spoke about formal, semi-formal, informal, casual? I would shoot for semi-formal here, and that's your genre. Did you document where your ideas come from using MLA style? Did you produce a coherent and correct text? In other words, when I read it, is it grammatical? Is it clear? Is it coherent? Does it make sense? Finally, I'll also be using this paper to assess how you've identified sources using the WCC library and how you've taken information from those multiple sources and brought that information together. So this is how I'm going to evaluate your work. This is all out in the open for you, so I hope that you use it. Now, a little bit about, I'm going to break these up and probably put them in the weekly folders where they belong, but this is a 3-draft process. Your first draft due April 17th, I'll call it the down draft. You're just getting your ideas down on the page. It's going to be for peer review. In other words, I'm going to share this draft with somebody else in the class, and you are going to get a draft from somebody else as well to evaluate. Draft 2 is due April 24th. That one comes to me. I'm going to give you some feedback on it. I'm going to tell you what you can do to improve your score, to make it a better paper, and to all in all make it a stronger piece of work. And then lastly, on May 8th, that's when we'll call it the dental draft from Anne Lamott's Shitty First Drafts. That's where we're going to get, it goes in here and that's it. So that's a hard deadline, May 8th, for your mature draft. I hope to see change and improvement from draft to draft throughout the whole thing. And I hope that it really does serve as a kind of culmination for all of this work and this research that you've done so far. So that's the walkthrough of this assignment. If you have more questions, as always, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be glad to help.